Welcome to my Tesla. Today we're going to be fixing an issue with Model 3s and Ys. It's that the screen does not rotate. It's flat, it's fixed into place. I have pretty long arms, and if I'm sitting right here and I'm driving, I can easily touch this side of the screen. But when we're driving, as you should know, this is where the driving animation happens. When you're dealing with your Spotify and your cameras, they're all on this side of the screen. Well, what's the problem here? The problem is, I have long arms. I can't really reach all the way over here. But we are going to fix that today with this screen rotation bracket. It's not a basic rotation bracket where it only goes to this left and the right. It goes up and down as well. So you can adjust this any way you want. Check out this and many more products by Tessery in the description below. Use Tesla FPV at checkout to save you some money and fix all the problems with the stock Tesla. Now let's open this. And this packaging is perfect, watch this. It literally fits right between your center console and the screen. And if you open it with this nice magnetic part right here, it opens just like this, so perfect. It comes with everything you need to install it. First off is this foam pad. And this is important, keep this because when we take the screen off, we're gonna lay it down on this. It also comes with this instruction manual, comes with all the tools you need and all the parts you need. The instructions might be a little confusing, or if you're just a video person, follow along because we're about to do this together. You're going to get this card, and essentially what it is telling you is that you don't need to adjust any of the bolts, the ones that are on this. They're all torqued for a very comfortable feeling and you don't need to adjust them. We have this plastic piece in here, which is really nice that they wrapped it to prevent it from scratching against anything. We have our little tool bag. I'm going to put that right here. We have the bracket itself, and this feels quality. This is heavy aluminum. We're going to put that down there for now. We have the replacement for our temperature sensor that'll go right there. And I believe another cover, and then this piece. So that's all you're going to get in the box. Let's start doing this. First, underneath here, you're going to see this, and you're going to want to remove that. That's no problem though. If you use the included pry tool and you get right in the middle, there's a little tab that you can put it in. Basically put the pick in this little hole part right here, and then slide it to each side where these little tabs that hold it in. And then you're just going to pry it down. From there, we're going to want to disconnect our temperature sensor. There's this little tab right here. You're going to want to press this in and then pull that top part out. In fact, let's use that included screwdriver that they gave us. Boom. So that little hole houses the pin to where you're just going to press this in, and from there you can pull this out on this little fat part right here. Now your temperature sensor is disconnected. You can see these two bolts right at the top here. We're going to want to undo those. It's a 10 mil and the tool is provided for us. All right, we got one bolt removed. Oh, look at these. Okay, there we go. Come on. Okay, there we go. The other side out. You know what's pretty nice about Tesla is that they give you a lot of slack with this cable. So when you yank this out, you're not going to be straining the cable. You're going to have to yank it to pull it out. Now, remember that foam piece I was talking about earlier? Yep, now it's the time to use it. So we're just going to gently, and I mean gently because this is the center of your Tesla. Place this screen down here. I've put it kind of up a little bit so that it rests on the charging pad. Otherwise, you're going to be pulling at this cable quite a lot. Now you're going to need a T27, which is also generously included in the kit. And we're going to want to remove this screw and this screw. So after you remove those two screws, you can pull this plastic cover off a little bit. From there, you're going to want to remove this white clip that's helping hold the screen cable in. So what I did is I pulled it apart at these tabs, just pulling it apart like this, and then pushing it to the side where there's this little bit. So pushing it to the left and then pulling it straight up. And now it's revealing this part right here. And now we disconnect this. If you look on the left side, there's this little tab right here. Very faint and the camera's not focusing very well, but it's this tab on the driver's side. You're going to want to press it in and then pull up. All right, it's removed. So this is what the little tab looks like. You can see it right there. You're just going to want to press that in from the top and then pull up and out. And that is your screen completely removed. So let's clear our workspace a little bit. Also, real quick, these are sharp. So yeah. Be careful with that. Here comes the fun part. Grab your rotating bracket, do it with me, all right? Grab the rotating bracket and let's slide it in there just like that. Also, pro tip, your dashboard makes for a great place to rest the screen. From there, take the 2 original screws that came with the car, your 10 mils, and you're gonna just install them back here. Now take this big one that they gave you, and just like this, it's going to now go over here. So find a way to have it go over this bracket, and then we're just going to push it on top. Hey there, it's Editing Brandon. Make sure the wire that goes to the screen and to the thermal sensor go through the middle part as well. When I installed it this time, I didn't thread it through, and I had to fix that later. Wasn't a big deal, but it's just so much easier, and it's the proper way. You're gonna have to do it anyways if you thread both cables through the middle of the cutout of that cover that goes on. Now we have this. This is a fastening strip, and that is going to be what's holding this in. Now when you install it, it should go like this. Notice how this opening part is going to be to the right and this closed one is to the left. So like that. Let's put this in. Now it's gonna move around a little bit until we clip this in. So let's go ahead and clip this top part in. You see how it has these little clips right here? It's just going to go in between the fastening strip and our wood trim. All right, so that was pretty aggressive. You're both gonna have to use a lot of strength, but also a lot of patience and care because you don't wanna break any of the tabs, nor do you wanna scratch your wood or anything. Let's see how it looks. Look at that. That's pretty neat. It's super flush. So there's tabs on the sides and on the bottom as well. You're gonna want to make sure the bottom ones and the sides go in as well as the top part. Oh shoot, but these cables should not be coming out from the bottom. They should be coming out from up here. That's why I had such an issue. So I think I have enough flexibility to push these through and then run them through here because they should be coming out through this top part. Look at that, guys. We're learning together. Okay, so I got it out and there's a third tab down here. It wasn't going in because of the cables. Press that in. Okay, not too far. I pressed it in too far. Look, you can see it's past the trim. There we go. Installed from the inside. Now it looks super flush and super good. We got the cables routing through where they should be. Let's put this plastic clip back on. If you do take it out, remember the 2 little hands part. It's gonna go facing the passenger side. So we're just gonna put it in. Now's where the screen comes back. So let's take this guy and bring him down here. Now is essentially where you're going to want to mount the bracket, and you're going to want to put it like this facing the screen. So make sure you have that orientation correctly. It's going to sit pretty snug, so just be aware of that. And now let's get the screen cable and plug it to the screen. I'm going to scoot the screen up just a little bit. For more clearance, actually, I'm going to pull this up just for now. Make sure the white tab is locked in place. If you try to pull it up, it shouldn't move. Just press it down as much as you can to line this back together. You see those 2 holes? Yeah, the one I'm pointing at right there. Take the original screws, the only 2 that are left, and screw those back in right now. I forgot to do that. You can do it while the screen's mounted, but it's just way easier to do it right now. And before we do anything, let's make sure that screen is good. And after a restart, the screen is gonna come back online. Phew, that's good. Now you see this middle portion right here? You're gonna want to lay it on to this top part. And you see these bars that go across right here? They're going to go into the little slits right here. So I hope that gives a good description. I'm going to put it in just as I described. All right, so that's gonna be how you install it. So you can see that bar is now in here and that plastic piece is cupping this part back here. It looks so wonky right now. Look at it. Look at it from like my point of view. It's just dirt. Let's fix that. In your box right here, these 2 holes gonna house these 2 screws. You're gonna want to take them and come up from the bottom right here, and you can see that there's 1 hole on this side and there's 1 hole on this side. There's a whole lot of finicking with the screen to get the actual bolts in. You're gonna want to use this tool. So after using this tool, the screen is in. Now it does take a little bit of force to move it around, which is good, because you don't want it to just be flopping around. However, we're not done yet. First off, I'm never going back to a flat screen. This is amazing. And I love this. For me, the screen always sat a little bit too high. So this actually lowers it by about 2 inches. And I actually find this even better. I really like the position of this right now. However, we're not done yet. There's 2 screws on the side of it. You're gonna want to unscrew them and put them on a new cover. We're going to be using this tool for that. 2 covers are included. These are for the newer models, and this one is for older models before 21. I have a 2023, so I'm going to use this one. Side note, you are threading the plastic for the first time, so when you screw this in, you're gonna have a little bit of resistance, but it'll look like this. There should be a tab at the top if you do it this way, and the bottom part that kind of juts out for the entire way be like this. Now let's plug it in, and to help you see better from underneath, let's just tilt this up a little bit. Oh, it's so cool that we can do it. That's its max tilt. And that is a lot. Once you reconnect it, the part with the long continuous tab over the entire part or side of it, that's going to go upward, so towards the ceiling of the car. The part where it's kind of like slanted in, that's going to go downwards. It takes a minute to get in. You got to make sure, first off, the wire isn't pushing out too much, so you got to kind of finagle the wire a little bit, and you also got to finagle the clips to snap it in. But once you snap it in, that's it. You're done. Enjoy your swivel screen. So if you want to get your own swivel screen, because this thing is fantastic, I've been using it for about a week now and it's a game changer. I can never go back. If I have to go back to looking at this, no, I can't do that. Because like, look at the cameras. Even just for safety, you should have it tilted this way. That way everything is really easy to be seen. If you look at the Tesla semis, they have two screens and both are tilted towards the driver. This should be tilted towards the driver, and Tessery solves this problem. So if you want your own swivel screen, make sure you check out the description below. I have a discount code just for you. You can pick one up and have everything in your reach.